In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the continuous I-cord cast off or bind off. So in the last one, I showed the cast on, which is this edge, and then it just flows directly into I-cord edging. So you're knitting across, and then you can go directly into the I-cord cast off. So I'll get my bigger needles with the sample here, and you start on the right side row. So here you can see the cast on, the I-cord edges, and then again, like we did on this corner, we're going to do an extra row just on these 3 stitches for the corner. So that's what we'll do first. Just knit 3 stitches. And then put those same 3 stitches back on the needle, and then we'll start the typical I-cord cast off. So just knit 2, 2, and then you're going to knit this 3rd stitch together with a stitch from the work to bind it off. So knit 2 together through the back loop, and then slip those back on and repeat the process. So it's just knit 2, 1, 2, knit 1 through together with the next stitch through the back loop. Same thing for the last stitch. 1, 2, and 2 together. Now at this point I have 3 stitches on the left hand needle that are forming the I-cord edging, so I'm going to leave those there. And then there's a couple different ways to do it, but basically what we want to do is have our needles facing each other like this, and we're going to Kitchener stitch these stitches together. But because my yarn is on this side and I want to kind of continue in the flow of the I-cord, so I'm just going to shuffle the stitches around a little bit. So what I'm going to do is slide the stitches from the edge over to this needle and then pull the needle through and then split it. This looks a little complicated, but I think once you see it, it will make more sense. So now, if we can reorient ourselves, this was the front of my work, and I bound off across here, and now I want to Kitchener these 3 stitches together. But now my yarn is coming from this side back over to this side so that it's more like an I-cord fashion. And then just cut your yarn. And we're going to do the Kitchener stitch on just 3 stitches. So for the Kitchener stitch, I think of it as making U-turns into the trough from either side. So from this side we would go in this way and out that way, and from this side we would go in and out. So that's just an easy way for me to remember it. So from this side, the yarn is starting basically on this side, so I'm going to do half of a U on this side. So here's the first part of the U that I'm not completing, and there's the second half, and I'm just going to leave that stitch on. Okay, that's just to set up. And then to continue normally in this way for the first part of the U and off, and take that stitch off, and then come back out of the U. And for this side, we're going to go in this way, so that's like purling off the needle. Whoops, don't worry too much if that happens, just slide it back on. So that was a purl this way, and then U back out is a knit and leave it on. And then from this side, it was a knit into the U, off, purl, on. into the U. And when we get to our last two, I'm just going to knit this one. And take this one off. And since I'm using ridiculously big needles, it looks a little loose here, but you can see that this piece, once we pull it in and weave in our ends, it's a continuous I-cord all the way around. So, thanks for watching.